The party had just recently completed an extensive quest through the Underdark beneath the dwarven city of Craghammer, in which they battled with mind flayers and Durgar, and eventually a giant crazed beholder that was possessed by an ancient artifact called the Horn of Orcus. Upon defeating the mind flayer and making a dramatic escape thanks to Tiberius, back to their hometown of Iman, they met with the Council of Taldore, which they're a part of, to discuss what they should do with this great ancient evil artifact, the Horn of Orcus. So it was decided that they would send away for a holy container that could contain this evil without any worry of corruption or escape, carry it then via skyship over the ocean to the distant land of Othanzia, to Vasselheim, the capital city, and seal it away. After which they went on a shopping spree to Gilmore's Glorious Goods, met everyone's favorite mage,
Gilmore,
item creator extraordinaire, and
we got
that's right. I want some stuff. No. Give me stuff.
you guys have to figure out who gets what, by the way.
But we have to do this quickly.
And then I also have the Belt of Dwarven
Can
Kind.
you say the most amazing thing about it?
You have a 50% chance each day at dawn of growing a full beard.
What?
I know.
That's amazing.
I want to grow a fucking beard.
I know. I
know it does other things.
Someday you'll be a real boy.
The only reason any of us want that belt is to grow a beard.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, even though there's some very great aspects to the belt.
My question is, once you grow the
That's
beard,
plus.
if you remove the belt, does the beard fall off, or do you get to keep the beard? Because then guys could just like switch
Switch
it out
around.
until everybody had the appropriate amount of facial hair.
If I had the beard,
take
I
the
would
armor.
be interesting.
I go back into Gilmore's and I ask if either they or someone else that they know can make a specific kind of potion.
Gilmore is still at his desk.
I'm behind him too.
All right. I'm sorry, was there something else you required?
I forgot to ask. Hello, Gilmore.
Hello.
You look particularly perky today.
Well, I've had a rather good day, could say.
I was wondering if I could inquire about a specific kind of scrying potion that I would like made for me. It's a specialty item. I don't know if any exist.
Well, please do step into my office. And he leads you into the back room beyond the beaded curtain.
Oh, what is that? Patchouli I smell?
Quite an astute nose you have. I'll be right in. If you don't mind just hanging tight for just a moment. Thank you.
Gilmore, when we get excited, well, never mind that. Anyway, I'm looking for a way, a potion that I can maybe drink or use to help me sort of look in on a place that we've been to recently. I could maybe leave a mark of some sort, and then and then use that mark to magically scry into that place.
He gives you a long, hard look, contemplating the conversation, and then you see like a light bulb go off in his eyes. He goes, Curious. You're into some things.
Have a dark side.
Indeed. I could probably acquiesce to this. Give me a day. I should be able to produce such an item, although this is, I will say, having not been attempted, there comes a warning of possible side effects.
So I would be drinking this potion, and it could affect me in other ways.
Perhaps. The funny thing about unproven magic is, well, it's unproven. But I can give you at least a 90 to 95% guarantee.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. I'll give you the ruby for the potion.
Very well.
But I would love a hefty amount of the potion, not a single use, multiple use.
Oh, I can provide for this fantastic specimen a 3-use potion. Is that within your realm of possibility?
That would be lovely. Thank you, Gilmore.
One day.
One wonderful day.
One day.
So that armor that we stole from the big rhinoceros monster, what kind of in the Durgar castle? Remember when he busted?
The bullet.
Yes, the armor that we took from him. Is there any way I can find a blacksmith that can maybe upgrade Trinket's armor with that?
Ooh, that's an interesting thought. All right, I say go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Don't fail me.
Don't fail me now.
20?
20. Easy enough. After asking around town, you managed to find a few individuals speak that there are 2 armor smiths. One that dabbles in both blacksmithing and armor smithing, one that specifically is an armor smith who focuses in strange materials, mostly ornamental, but has a strong history and past in warfare and honing those skills towards the use of actual battle. You find it's a dwarven woman by the name of Karen, and they send you to her facility, and it's a very, very small, almost a hovel.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you enter.
Oh, good.
Can I help you?
Karen, yes?
I am Karen.
Don't mean to interrupt. You looked very busy here. I've heard rumor that you are a very talented blacksmith.
Well, hi. Depends what you're looking for. What you put in the furnace?
I have quite an interesting proposition for you.
Well, like, interesting.
Perhaps a material you've never worked with. I don't know.
Now, here we go.
Would you mind stepping outside for a moment? Get some fresh air?
At this point specifically, she goes from extremely welcoming to a very nervous, untrusting
Believe
look.
me, you'll want to see this.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Why didn't you wink first?
No, wait.
You'll want to see this. 9.
Okay, she rolled a 2.
Yay!
She, all right. Sorry, I don't mean to. I've had a few encounters in the past, but yes, outside. And she kind of walks out. And as she walks out with you, you can see she kind of reaches over and grabs a sheathed short sword and just keeps it at her side.
Ooh. No need for that, darling. Trinket!
Your armored bear comes looming around the corner. At which point she kind of goes for the sword instinctually.
Take a gander at his armor.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. She walks up to him and kind of like carefully, like doesn't want to
He's
touch
friendly,
him.
don't worry.
Trinket, of course, leans forward, licks the side of her face, cleaning off some of the grease stain on her side of her cheek. And I was like, that was unexpected. A very friendly one.
Right, sir.
Trinket, is it?
Yes.
Oh, you're a nice one, Trinket. She kind of rubs and starts rubbing the side of his cheek.
He likes you, I can tell.
Is this for a parade? Or is this for actual combat use?
Actual combat. Beauty, not my concern.
All right. And what materials are you looking for?
Well,
As you slam down this, like, awkward, still somewhat wet in places, but mostly dried out bullet hide that you guys carved from it. And it is like big pieces of plate
Right?
scales with sections of leather underneath kind of interwoven. It is part of a large behemoth of a creature. As you slam it down, she kind of steps back for a second. And you what manner of creature did this come from?
a very large one, actually. A bull.
Bullet.
Bullet, that one.
Oh, I haven't seen one of those fan itself to the surface in quite some time.
It wasn't on the surface. We're a bit of adventurers, if you want to know.
She gives you this long look. Goes,
Right, adventurers. Oh, of course. Sorry, didn't mean to offend.
You've probably heard of us, Vox Machina.
and she stops for a second and goes,
Actually, yes, I have heard of you. When's Crest Festival? Not long ago.
That is correct.
Right.
She's got it.
Right. Well then, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank
in our
you.
little establishment of business.
Yes.
I could work with this.
Nice.
Work with this. It'll take me a few days. Unfortunately, it is a rare material.
Right.
Um,
Is 2 days enough?
2 days.
Yes.
I could. I'd have to charge you more because I'm not going to get much sleep at that rate.
Understandable. How much is a bit more?
Well, you're providing the materials. That definitely
Yes.
cuts the cost significantly for my time in work and lack of
And
sleep.
we will send many customers your way.
So, can I put my personal brand on this?
Of course.
500 gold suffice?
Oh, Jesus.
How about 450?
make a persuasion roll.
In person.
Oh, Vex.
Oh,
I must
Vex.
use dicker.
I know.
because I want to. Yeah. Wah, wah. That would be 26.
She looks you over for a second, looks at the material, and you can see in her eyes there's this kind of interest in working with this material. This never touched or worked with this. She goes, $450.
Deal.
Shakes hands.
See you in a few days.
All right.
2 days.
2 days. Anything
Last
else you
time.
guys want to achieve in these next 2 days? You're welcome to do it now, or we could go ahead and say you relax
Fast
and
forward?
take time and fast forward to the 2 day
I'll
period.
do my tinkering rolls and then I'm good.
All right. So first, you wanted to work on.
I want to work on a grappling hook arrow that attaches to the ties to the unending rope, so that we can actually something that'll pierce heavy stone and just it's anchored.
Okay.
I'm going to inspire him before he makes this roll.
All right. So
with a little inspiration song or something.
So Scanlan comes down into your workshop underneath Grayskull Keep. You hear a fine little ditty to inspire you in your work.
Whoa! I hear you're tinkering. Whoa! Please do it well. Take my hand and you'll tinker, I swear. Whoa! Please do it well.
I feel inspired.
Tinkering on a prayer.
There we go. Okay.
Now I feel
I was
inspired.
about to give you a D6, but that'll be the full D10.
Pike, dear friend, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I know. We're getting to that.
I was wondering if maybe you and I could swing by the Temple of Serenre and fix my
Saran
foot.
wrap?
Oh,
Saran wrap?
it's Saren Ray. That's fine.
It's
I'm
the red
I'm
rye.
pretty off an atheist, darling, but I
fine.
know that my foot doesn't fucking
Well,
work.
I
so
know.
let me-
And I was gonna say, the past couple days, I think I've spent in the temple trying to sort of reconnect and really just
Apologize?
tune in and apologize and
Sounds like a day spa.
confess.
Returning to that place, especially after your recent journey and near brushes to death again, is a very solemn experience, and there's a part of you that just feels internally cold, both returning there and because of your strangely fractured connection with Saren Ray since you delved into the Underdark and kind of tapped into your darker side since traveling abroad on the ship. You take approximately 6 hours out of each day to just go in silent prayer and reach out to her. I will say, go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Okay. 22.
At the end of your second 6-hour period of intense communion with Saren Ray, sweat pouring down your body. The room itself is pretty cold, but for some reason your body is just growing more and more intense with heat. You feel yourself internalizing all of the steps and missteps that you've gone through over these past 6-7 months, trying to find your path, rediscovering yourself and what you have to prevent yourself or any of your friends from following the fate that you once did, and explaining to her that your love never left, and that this was all with the ultimate purpose of achieving her ultimate purpose as her instrument, and you wish not to cross that again, and if there's any way to redeem yourself, to let it be known to you. At the end of that period of time, you feel, since you've lost that connection with Underdark, that thread reconnect. The warmth fills you, and the sweat stops as your entire body seems to be humming with energy, and for a brief second in your face, in your eyes, in your vision, you can see the beautiful gold gleaming, fire-wreathed head of Saren Ray smiling at you, and she reaches down and touches the side of your cheek and says, "Be forthright, be grand, burn bright and beautiful, and I shall always be at your side." With that, she releases your cheek and vanishes. The vision gone in the temple, and you can see about 2 other clerics that were in their silent muttering prayer have gone quiet, and they're both staring at you with a look of like, what just happened? You look down at your holy symbol, and that one giant fissure that had cracked has resealed itself.
Oh, yes! Ah. Hey, man, that was my new special Celtic die that whoever sent this to me.
You celebrate by shitting on a bed.
That's a cultural gnome thing, right? Yeah. Vax has been waiting there for a while. Wanted to actually ask for your aid in this. As you see her step out of the main chamber, Vax, she has a look of serenity in her face you haven't seen in quite some time.
Is this the moment? Should I take my shoe off?
Yes.
Don't
Vex,
do
here,
it.
Get my shoe off.
Don't do it.
Here, just sit on this rock, okay? Take off your shoe.
For the first time, you're safe.
And he does. He
It's disgusting.
I'm proud of you right now.
and so
It's still, it feels strong, but it itches. It itches me. It how should I say it? It irks me still. Perhaps maybe you could give it one more try today. You seem to have a bit of a glow about you.
Well, 30.
so 30 points of healing. As you're saying this and you're kind of stuttering this out, she kind of goes into a singular trance, clutches her holy symbol with one hand and reaches out and grabs your foot with the other. Her hand almost burns at the touch. This is something you instinctively pull back on, but her grip is like an iron vice, and you cannot release yourself from it. And as she just intensely focuses forward, you can see this glowing divine energy transfer from down your forearm into your foot. Fear reaches you suddenly, because you don't understand the divine, and though you've seen some crazy things, this is a little worrying. You've seen some shit. I want you to go ahead and make a medicine roll with advantage.
Medicine roll.
It feels like icy hot.
Ye old icy.
Scent of Vicks Vapor Rub hits your system.
Another one, you get advantage. You can do it again.
Yeah, that's a lot better. 24.
24. As she releases her grip on you, the energy fades. Her eyes tend to come back into that natural, soft pike image you're used to. And looking down at your foot, you can see any noticeable sign of scarring, damage is completely gone. Your foot is whole, intact.
And your nails have been painted red.
Hey, and you know what? It doesn't smell as bad
I'm
now.
gonna stick my foot in my sister's face.
Yay.
I'm gonna miss that
It
bit.
doesn't even smell bad anymore, so thank you.
Well, not so fast.
Percy,
Yes.
you want? Wait, how many? You have time probably to attempt 3 arrows.
I'm going to try for 3 exploding arrows. And I've
Alright.
built one before.
Yes, you have. I know, and I can see keeping that in mind.
Thank you.
Materials per arrow will cost you 50 gold.
So
I'll
another
give it to
150
you.
gold? All right.
So 150 gold for materials. You have your goggles on.
I won't
you're
even
in-
haggle with you, Percy. I'll just give it to you. I mean,
Hey.
well, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Samson.
No,
Go.
I mean,
Oh, I certainly do. I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
No.
That's going a bit beyond winking.
So coming off of the high,
Now I'm nervous.
coming off the high of completing your grappling arrow, you sit down. You're alone in the middle of your workshop. It's hot in there. It's subterranean. You have the glow of your candlelight around you. You have your goggles on, your blacksmith leather gloves on, and you're just tinkering with the delivery method of these small concussive arrows. Go make your first roll.
Come on, Percy!
Natural 20.
That's an extra special arrow.
Not only did you complete this in record time, but the arrow itself looks beautiful. It could be a display case item.
Does it do extra damage?
You'll find
That's all I
out.
care about.
But I,
Do I have to
Damage to my-
specify?
but I would mark that arrow separately from the other 2.
You would mark it.
Mark it as 2 exploding arrows and 1 exploding arrow
That's
with a
very
star
pretty.
next to it.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. So you
That's
have,
true.
you have a grappling hook arrow, 2 exploding arrows, and 1 exploding arrow with a star.
Come here, you beautiful bastard.
I'm getting to kiss everybody in this game. I'm like, I've already made my way through siblings. This is getting.
I should start.
All right. All right.
Sure you have.
Oh, you've been to that party before.
I've kissed the twins. Well, thank you.
All right. Any other business you guys wish to?
Yeah, is there a tavern nearby? It's just a quick question.
There are many taverns. The one you know the best is the Laughing Lamia, which you guys previously stayed at.
Is it the biggest one?
It's pretty large. It's pretty
Alright,
large.
I'd like to walk to the Laughing Lamia and knock the doors open and as loud as I can go, "Listen up! I want to know if anyone has seen any Goliaths wandering around these parts. Aside from me."
Do you wish to do this via conversational persuasion or through intimidation? Because there are 2 ways you can go with this
And you're
scroll.
wearing the belt that makes you extra persuasive.
Only with
Persuasive.
dwarves.
Only with dwarves.
Yeah, well, maybe there's some dwarfs hanging about.
There might be some
There's
dwarves.
Yeah,
So,
but
how you doing?
persuasive guy.
Okay, make persuasion roll.
I got a 4. With the belt.
This is
You, what dice are you
I grow a
rolling?
giant pubic mane from the belt.
Enchanted
Dude.
Merkin plus 2.
You gotta check your balance dice, man.
All right, so as you burst in and shout this to the group, everyone kind of stops and turns and looks. And then goes right back to drinking and their conversation. There appears to be no immediate reaction.
Can I jump up? I jump up on a table and I say, "Listen, you motherfuckers! My friend just asked you a fucking question. Now fucking answer him, or I'm gonna kill every last motherfucker one of you."
I'd listen to him. He means it.
Can you do
Is this a 20?
Come on, Stan.
Yeah, please be good.
It's
Come on,
cold.
Scanlan.
That would be a 30.
Oh
wait, no.
Amazing.
Yes, 28. I added wrong.
Right.
28.
Oh, well, that makes the difference. The whole room is dead silent. At which point, a nearby halfling, you can see, is kind of unkept, kind of farmer tan looking fella, looks up at you and goes, no.
Thank you for your forthrightness and honesty.
As the 2-day period comes to an end, you guys acquire early in the morning. That morning, as you finish your breakfast, there is a messenger comes to the front of Greyskull Keep, delivers a summons to the Council of Taldore. It notifies you that the package has arrived at the council. Very, very quick, to the point words, not very verbose, kind of in the idea of keeping it vague and secret.
In the last 2 days, have I gone back to Gilmore to pick up my item?
You got back. Your item was completed.
Excellent.
Let me go ahead and.
What kind of potion did you get?
All right.
It's a potion that, when combined with, when consumed, can allow me to leave a mark of some sort that possibly I could use to have visions of what is in the area.
Ooh.
All right. So right.
Mechanics of which I
He
would
had-
not like to get into at this moment.
So he gives you the potions. It was a curious endeavor, but I think you'll be happy with the results.
So we can spy
Any
on
chance
you.
to talk to you, Gilmore, leaves me happy beyond compare.
Oh, stop it. Flattery will get you everywhere.
You have an erection for more than 24 hours.
Did you get that potion so you can spy on Pike when she's naked?
I am offended and terrified at the assumption that I would sink so low
Yeah,
as to spy on my good friend and future wife Pike when her pantaloons are down. Not at all. How dare you? How dare you? Have I ever spied
Yes.
on a member of our current party?
Yes, you have.
No. Current party.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
You go back to Karen, and indeed the armor is completed. It's interesting. It makes Trinket look like a roly-poly almost.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's these overlaid giant gray scales that overlap in armored sections. And you would imagine if she wanted to just roll in a ball and it would look adorable.
And maybe you can roll into things now. It'll be awesome.
Can you roll?
We'll try it if you want.
Wait,
I want a really
and
poly bear.
Bears are known for their rolling capabilities.
He
wait,
is
hold
a
on.
special bear.
Hold on. How much does Trinket weigh again? Like 600 pounds?
He weighs a lot.
All right, so you guys head to the Cloud Top District
Yay.
towards the palace in the center. As you step into the room, immediately Tofor stands up and says,
They have arrived. Good. I'm glad you all could make it. The envoys have arrived with the container for the horn, and I believe they are eager and ready to take you as their guards to see that this evil is rid of this land forever.
the two scale bearers reach over and both at the same time place their hands on the top of this chest. You can see their fingers slip into these small holes in the sides and they lift, and the box kind of scrapes to this high-pitched metal against metal scraping sound, opening up a chamber on the inside. You can see the interior also has the same similar scrolling carvings and engraving on the inside of the box you saw on the outside. As the horn just gets lowered into it, you can see the runes on the inside of the box begin to glow and come to life with this soft golden yellow hue, and the horn seems to be pulled into the box and held aloft in the center. Your mage hand no longer has any sway on it. It's now locked in place. as they take the lid, lift it over and seal it shut. The two bears lift the chains on the side and lift the box between the two of them. Kima looks back to the rest of you. So, onward.
Kima, you're coming with us as well?
Damn right. I haven't been back to my temple in quite some time. All right. You guys make your way out of the palace towards the northwestern side of the Cloudtop district. And what you've seen is there is one thicker tower that is part of the wall that surrounds the Cloudtop district. As you guys begin to walk up towards this ship, it looming about 15, 20 feet in the air, the individual sitting there all of a sudden glance over and notice, and the captain steps forward, reaches out his hand. Hi, I'm glad you could finally make it. I've been waiting for a good 30 minutes. I'm Captain Damon. I would like to welcome you aboard the sky ship Dira. We are traveling across the ocean. It's approximately a week's worth of travel. We have provisions provided for you. Do you have any questions?
I go up to Captain Damon and I put out my hand and I say, Captain Damon, it is a very pleasure is all mine.
Take a dirty shake.
I was a deckhand on the Broken Howl, and we heard of many adventures that you had, and maybe you've heard of the Broken Howl, maybe you haven't, but
No, but I'm willing to hear.
to ride on an airship.
Oh.
So thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you. Keep everything away from the sides.
Oh, I was about to say I run over to the side and look over the edge. Before he says
you guys
that.
are still on the platform. He hasn't led you up onto the ship yet.
Does the platform have like a ledge I can look over?
Yeah.
Like the Empire State Building?
Yeah, you can do that.
I want to do that.
Okay, as you do that, you really shouldn't do... She shouldn't do that.
Guys, this is really high!
She really shouldn't do that.
That's really windy.
I'll run
It's
up
all right,
behind her
she
and I
can
grab
fly.
her shoulders and scare her.
I climb up on the ledge.
Okay, as you're climbing up on the ledge, Grog comes over and goes, boom, and shoves you and gives you a scare.
Grog!
Did you pee a little?
Like a little bit.
At which point you can see the captain's like...
As they're doing this, I want to go to the opposite end so I can get like, because this is beautiful, the airship, right? And I want to hold out my staff. And
Are you gonna take a selfie?
And I'm gonna cast image
Selfie
capture of me.
Image capture?
Yes,
That's a thing?
it is in
Are
Draconia
we taking a selfie?
to get all of them and the airship while they're doing it.
You use your prestidigitation to temporarily capture an image of yourself at the edge of the top of the tower.
And the airship is in it too.
In doing so, the DM imposes disadvantage on your next two rolls.
Oh!
No, it's fine.
Nobody
It's fine.
likes a selfie stick.
It's fine. I just hate selfie sticks so much.
So what about selfie stabs?
Selfie staff.
Selfie
Selfie
staff.
stabs.
They're the
selfie
worst.
I'll let it pass. It's a temporary image.
That's how I could get all of it.
It's a temporary image. It's right
Look,
like
everyone.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You hear this loud whistle, this whee kind of whistle, and the captain you see is blowing on this like loud metal whistle around his neck. All aboard! To the Dira, folks! And everyone starts climbing up the ropes that are underneath the ship.
If you guys need any help, I can totally help.
I can
Captain
totally
Damon.
do it.
Captain Damon, just morbid curiosity. Are you married? Do you have a steady girl?
He looks at you with surprise, confusion, worry, shakes his head out of misunderstanding, lifts his ear. What?
Never mind, we'll talk later.
All right. Oh god. He looks entirely side blasted by that. He was not expecting that question. Nothing negative, just really confused. But as the ropes are brought up, everyone gives a thumbs up on the sides. He reaches the front of the ship's wheel. You see he takes something from his neck and places it into the center of the wheel, at which point the three blue stones spark with additional life. The humming gets louder. The ship lurches for a second and begins to lift upward with this slow, gradual sensation. All of you at once, your stomach kind of gets that butterfly sensation for a second, at which point the captain leans forward, the actual the wheel moves forward slightly, and the whole ship lurches forward, up and over Iman. And those of you who are on the deck, you can look below you over the side. You can see the entirety of Iman from above slowly drift away as the endless ocean of Osmit, the Osmit Sea, comes towards you. Clouds ahead, beginning your trek to the distant land.
I can see my keep from here.
Oh, and you can.
Is there a bow on this ship? Like a front pointed
There
across?
is, yes, there is.
Pike and I would like to go to the front of the ship, and I would like to stand at the front and put my arms out.
And I'm gonna
wide
hold his waist.
and go, I'm the Goliath of the world!
Oh, he fell right off the front.
No, I did not! Oh, thank you, Pike. Oh, I feel like I'm flying!
Look at the guns on that nose.
The beginning of day 3, as you all are kind of resting underneath the hold, you're all shaken awake by a sudden lurching of the ship. All kind of... It just shifts in such a heavy way that you aren't expecting it. All of you are kind of pulled out of your stupor for a second and begin coming out of your individual rooms to check in on each other and see what had happened. But apparently the ship is, or was, had some sort of a shuddering physicality to it.
I rushed to the box.
I rushed to Captain Damon. What the hell just happened?
Okay.
Also, are you married?
As you get to the surface, you immediately notice there are a handful of large winged creatures that are currently harrying the side of the boat. As you step to the surface, you see one just dives past you real fast. You notice as one of them takes off in the distance, it was just a blur of quick-moving wings, but as it begins to flap away, it looks dragon-like in its physicality, but it's smaller than any dragon you've encountered, but it's flapping giant wings and comes by that screech as it takes up, and it looks like there's something on its back.
What?
You see 2 to 3 more of these now starting to dive bomb, and you can see the rest of the deckhands are up there now with weapons ready and are starting to fight some of these off. Which at this moment we are going to roll initiative.
Can I do a nature check?
You can.
Oh no. Okay.
It's now the Griffin's turn. The Griffin and the Griffin Rider.
Oh no.
The Griffin Rider and Griffin swoop down. Having it have its movement, it's going to attempt to grapple. Against that guard who
Oh no.
fails his check.
Oh no.
Grabs.
Oh no, he's gonna throw him over the edge.
Grabs this guard into its claws, and then flies up and over this side.
He's gonna toss his ass over the edge.
And is going to release it.
Oh, you were shitting me!
Can someone have a reaction?
Seriously, tie ropes around
If you have
our
something
waists
crazy,
at this moment.
Can someone do anything? Like a reaction?
the guard misses and or fails to hold on tight with his last reaction to try and grapple back.
That's such dick.
The guard, you watch as the griffin swoops down, grabs him, both of its claws and talons wrapping around his shoulders, lifting him up and chucking him over the side of the ship. You hear him scream, "Ah!"
As a reaction, can we freaking tie ourselves down to the boat?
You have no ropes immediately around you. You have to go to the side.
I have the rope of...
You have nothing to tie it to at this moment. Keyleth, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move my speed over here-ish.
All right.
And then would you say I'm 60 feet within range of that guy?
Oh yeah. You're within 25, 30 feet of him.
Okay, I am going to cast Polymorph on that Wyvern. I'm going to turn him into a bunny rabbit.
You're gonna kill a bunny? No, he won't die.
Are you letting kill a bunny?
6 hit points?
The guy riding him, it's gonna
It's
be
like
like...
the least innocent thing she's killed in this game so far.
That is an Acme cartoon.
That-
Where
oh
I
my
just
God,
think it's
that'd
going to
be
be
crazy.
funny. That's pretty much
All
what I
right.
thought.
The Wyvern turns into a bunny rabbit from underneath its rider and goes and then vomits. The rider, which begins to fall as well, immediately tossing a grappling hook as it falls.
Oh,
Good.
he
Speedy.
came prepared.
It's falling so slowly.
Bye.
Okay. That
That's awesome.
Thanks. That was my turn.
That was
All right.
slick.
This wyvern here is going to swoop down. As it does, its rider leaps off, landing right there. The wyvern comes over here and is going to make attacks on you.
No!
You take 10 points of piercing damage,
Damn it!
and I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw as the stinger at the end of its tail pierces you in the side of your torso, and as it does, you can feel the venom pulse into
So I
the
have to
inside
beat
of your
15?
skin. Yeah.
Come on.
You got
Come on. That's what she
this.
said. Confidently, roll that shit.
No? As the poison pulses through your system, you feel your muscles seize up with this horrible, painful, burning sensation. Oof.
Buffy.
Okay, you take 26 points of poison damage.
Holy fudge, dude!
How much?
26 points of poison damage.
Ouch.
That ends their turn. All right, brings it to Percy.
I'm going to pull out the biggest gun I have. So I'm going to pull out bad news.
Yes!
I'm going to sit down.
Yes.
I'm going to take aim, and I'm going to try and take a wing shot. I'm going to spend a grit and try and take a wing shot at this.
This is what you were
At this
born
wyvern
for,
here?
Percy.
Yes.
All right.
What's a wing shot?
Well, we'll see if it
Trying to
works.
shoot the wing.
I'm shooting him in the wing.
You mean literally?
Literally.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
18.
Hits.
Just winged it.
Okay. 19, 20. Really?
Scanlan, you're up.
Okay, I'll take a few steps towards the action. I'm also gonna inspire Vex with just for her archery skills. Just a little.
Go for it.
Okay. Elvish people in the ship tonight. Everybody just have a good fight.
All right, you get a D10 inspiration dice for your use. Pike, you're up.
Okay, how long is the ship?
The full length of it.
Just so you know what I'm looking at right now. I'm showing you. Yeah.
this ship.
This ship right
This
here.
ship right here.
Yeah, that one.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'd say it would be about 130 feet and 140 feet.
But
I would like to reach down, stay where I am, and touch the floor of the ship, and cast Hallow,
Okay.
and which
I am so hard right now.
basically infuses a
Scanlan.
60-foot radius with holy power. And any creatures or anything can't harm anything within inside the radius.
Alrighty.
And
It takes. Look at the casting time on the spell.
Oh no.
God dang it.
24 hours.
Scratch that.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
24 hours.
3 hours, but you
Dang.
Hallow works. You take 24 hours, and that land that you do that is like that until someone dispels it.
Oh wow.
Should have done it when we first got on the ship.
It's like when
Okay,
you're blind,
so
you get
then-
the protection.
That's cool.
If that's good to know.
Yes,
Would have
but
been cool.
instead,
I'm gonna guiding bolt this guy right here.
all right. So go ahead and make your ranged spell attack. So roll d20, add that bonus.
Oh man, that's
got?
a 1.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
So in your confusion, you reach back to shoot the wyvern that's on the other side of the ship. It's not there, and so while the spell is releasing itself, you're like, crap, that one! And by the time you turn around to redirect the divine energy blast, it just arcs off in a random direction.
What a fail of a motherfucking turn. Okay.
Still a bonus
feel your
action.
pain.
Can I still move? If I use my sprinter's boots.
Yeah, you can still move.
Okay,
So you haven't moved yet.
I'm gonna sprinter's boots over to Vex.
Okay.
That's me.
Sprinter's boots, sprinter boots.
And
The
then
sprinter's
I'm
boots you
going
can
to
get
give her I'm going to give her a superior healing potion.
Okay. This wyvern swings up now with its rider.
I don't feel so good.
Take a healing potion.
As it does a flyby here with its movement, its rider is currently clutching a spear-type object, flings it down at the blue crystal as it slams. We'll see if it does. Yeah, as it slams into the crystal, there's a spark of energy, and the blue crystal seems to wink out of magical energy, its coloration growing dark. The entire ship begins to list to one side. Everyone shifts 15 feet this way.
Oh my god.
So
Wait, which way? Oh, we all shift. So, okay, we're already on against the...
yeah, on
railing.
the stairway. Tiberius, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll an acrobatics check to try and catch yourself because you're on the stairs when you get knocked off.
Nope.
So you fall prone, 15 feet there
Oh, no.
on the ground.
Can we all Star Trek it now?
This guy's gonna try and catch himself here. Catch himself. This elf here just goes to there.
Is that wyvern flying?
I need Grog and Vex to each make a dexterity check to try and catch yourself on the edge of the boat.
Son of a bitch. Come on, you guys.
21.
Vex, I've inspired you.
That's true, but I don't need it.
Do not kill my sister while
That's a 29 for me.
Both of you guys managed, you're flung to the side, hit the railing, your bodies tumble over the side, and both Grog and Vex catching the railing and are now dangling on the side of the ship as it's listing at the side. You both look over at each other with a whew.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Hey.
Crazy shit, huh?
Brings us up to the top, Vex.
I'm gonna, like, brace my foot on Grog's shoulder and climb up.
All right. So she uses you as a foot stool and flips over, lands on top of the ship. Totally fine.
Awesome. Can I shoot my grappling arrow at this bastard here at the end of the ship? Is that far enough? Is that close enough?
Yeah.
All right, I want to shoot him at the rider. I want to shoot the grappling arrow at the rider and try to
Nice.
catch him and bring him in.
All right. So you reach in and
Oh,
there's
cast Hunter's Mark on him first, though.
so you move it over, and so as the arrow hits, it pierces the shoulder for a second. It causes it to push off the shoulder as it retracts behind it. You pull back and it catches the shoulder. You're yanking.
Yeah, for my second action.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay, so that's 23.
Yes.
23. Yeah. So using the inspiration that Scanlan had given you grab the arrow and yank with all your might. The tiny halfling form on there clutches for dear life onto the harness that is under on top of this wyvern, but it's not enough as its fingers are pulled from its brick and it's yanked off the front, toppling ass over tea kettle, landing prone on the ground next to the captain that had attempted to fling from the side of the ship. The grappling hook partially embedded in the back of its shoulder blade.
And I'm still holding the rope,
You are, yes. All right, Grog.
I pull myself back up on the ship.
Okay, so that's half your movement. You still have 20 feet of movement.
I look up and I see that everyone's got that wyvern taken care of, and I turn my gaze back to the little halfling. I'd like to move to him, please.
All right, he is 10 feet up, so you're gonna have to make two athletics checks to leap up towards it in your range.
Yes. Okay. 23.
All right, and second one.
Yes. Oh, sorry. 19.
All right, so
Chop him
like
in half.
a lumbering barbarian, you get up on the thing and then just woof, Hulk jump twice, landing next to it.
Wrestling, raging in the face.
Chop him in half.
I reach and I pick him up by the top of his shirt, give him a sniff, and fucking chuck him off.
All right, make another athletics check to try and grab him.
That's a 24.
24. All right, so as you stand there with your axe up, you kind of set the axe down, reach out and grab the halfling, who you see has this kind of scarred face, and it looks really haggard for a halfling. Like its probably existence is not in the most comfortable of places, especially to be out in the middle of the ocean like this. You grab it, and for a moment, its anger seething turns to sudden fear as it looks over the side.
You fucked up.
And just goes plummeting off the side.
Oh, man.
This wyvern, looking at the circumstance,
You're good enough.
takes off.
You're smart enough.
Tries to fly and can't.
Darn it.
Can't fly.
No, because its wing is messed up from Tiberius. So it steps around to the only thing it can reach, which is you, Scanlan. Coming at you with a bite and its stinger again, since it can't use its claws. That is
And I sing my little cutting words song to.
Okay, against which attack?
I'm sorry?
Against which attack?
Oh,
The
he
bite-
has
the-
two attacks?
It's a bite and a stinger.
Oh, against the stinger.
Okay. So, as it's clamping down on you, its tail whips in the air. What kind of words are you going to throw?
Oh, and you miss me like the deserts miss the rain.
The wyvern, who's still clamped down on your body, its its one eye opens up and goes. You hear an audible. And as its tail swings towards you, it just hits the ground next to you, slamming into the wood. Entirely distracted by your sudden lack of fear and display of beautiful musical voice, misses you. Percy, you're up.
All right, I'm taking out the pepper box. I'm going to turn towards it and just unload.
All right, go for it.
Shoot that load, Percy.
Finish it.
Yes.
Unleash them, no.
I didn't.
10.
Damn it! I wasn't.
10, a total 10?
Total 10.
Nope.
You're the closer, Percy.
22.
Yes.
25 points of damage and 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah.
How you want to do this?
The closer!
The closer.
Western style, I'm just going to
Fan the fucking hammer.
fan the hammer. I'm going
Alright.
to just tear that wing off.
So, with each successive blast, even the ones that don't immediately impact, the first blast hits and explodes across its shoulder joint as you see the rest of the flesh that Tiberius had already weakened gets severed entirely, the wing being flung off the side of the ship and disappearing in the wind beneath. As it rears back in pain, the second one hits its side, the third one strikes it on the other wing, and as it rears back in pain, its mouth open to the sky in this screeching kind of death rattle, the final blast hits it under the chin, leaving a gaping hole under its neck as it steps back and then tumbles off the edge of the ship, vanishing below.
Attacked it wrong.
As the captain gets up, the other halfling, which you can see, is like dressed in ragged robes. It has cloth wrapped across its face.
Kind of pull the arrow so it like wraps up in the rope.
I would like to pick him up, not chuck him, but pick him up and hold him ever so gently over the side and say, my mind does seem like a long way down. What the fuck are you doing attacking this ship?
I told you, we have an island below. It's a cavern we live in. We've just come up and out to grab what we can to survive.
Captain Damon, what do you propose we do with this thief pirate?
Captain Damon, who's gone back to the ship to try and get it back on course and is currently turning it around. To be perfectly honest, I'd usually throw him overboard. But if
Drop.
you see him,
If you want him, you can catch him.
Frog!
I'm too busy.
Well, the captain said he'd throw him over.
Her.
It was a girl, it was a poor little girl halfling. Oh wait, I still had the grapple arrow.
you do. As the rope's going,
No, I'm holding on still, so she's like kind of dangling still? Can I
currently,
catch her?
yes. As you look over, actually,
Does she have an arrow through her arm?
Yeah, it's
yes. In a very painful way, she is currently held by her shoulder blade, which now has.
But it was kind of wrapped around her, so maybe it didn't hurt quite as bad.
It hurt pretty bad.
Not beat around this.
I pull her up. I look at Grog. Really?
What are you thinking of?
Really? Pull her up.
She's bleeding out and is looking pretty rough.
Well, shit. Maybe we should have let her drop.
She's still alive, though. She's still alive.
No. What should we like? Put her in a prison cell? I don't know what to do with her now that we've
Oh, yeah.
kind
Let's
of.
steal her and put her to work. She's probably been out of work.
What do you think, little one?
She could
You want a
replace the
real
guard
job?
that they killed.
Maybe brush your teeth.
She's kind of like on one knee,
Anything,
Anything.
anything, just don't drop me.
looking over Grog again.
Be afraid of him.
The captain has regained control of the ship, and you guys settle in to check in on the room where the
I'm knocking on the door. Alright, Desona.
Lady Kima.
Lady Kima, hello.
the door opens, and they're still sitting to the back by the box with their weapons at the ready, and Keem opens the door. Is everything all right?
It's pirates. We've taken care of it.
Good, good. And she's kind of rubbing her head. You can see there's a little trickle of blood on her head. Apparently, I guess when the ship listed, they all kind of slipped in the room as well.
She hurt.
Do you need anything? Is everything all right?
It's fine. And she kind of reaches up and touches her head, and you can see there's a slight warm glow of divine energy, and the blood flow stops.
That almost feels like cheating. Okay. As long as everything is fine, there was no incidents, nothing unusual.
Nothing. I've kept a very close watch.
Excellent. I'll report upstairs then.
Very well.
Carry on.
We'll say as you guys all head back underneath the ship to go ahead and right yourselves for the remainder of the journey. We'll call the game for the evening there.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead and roll 2d10.
Everybody.
2d10?
Yeah.
Everybody has
I-
one of those.
okay.
Why are we attempting this person's fate like this?
All right, and what's the first one?
4
Thank you, sir.
and a 9.
All right.
What is in here?
So, as you finish the battle, you reach up and realize that there's a little bit of scruff at the chin, and to the point you find Goliaths that are usually hairless beings. Your body is trying its damnedest to grow some form of facial hair, and it's coming out in this kind of like, we're talking 4th grade scruff, you know, where you get that really thin facial hair.
peach fuzz?
Yeah. So it's coming.
I'm a man.
You're fighting. That dwarf beard is fighting your physicality. So.